Michael there with the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
And one more thing I forgot to mention in the TS League updates. Following in the footsteps of the ITSL Game of the Week, OTSL would like to get the Game of the Week going. Not sure if it's going to follow immediately after the ITSL. But look out.
That'll be actually probably the best because we build up the audience.
All right. Hey everyone. Metallic here. We've got our OTSL season game versus FIL77 coming in right after the OTSL weekly struggle broadcast. So that's kind of what you guys heard for the first couple seconds as I got everything set up here. So OTSL weekly struggle is winding down. Now we've got our game against the mighty Felix and I guess we'll get that going in just a moment. So get a nice drink, settle down, relax, and we'll get started in just 1 or 2 minutes. I want to make sure with Felix that he is good to go too. So I think that the time limit for these games is 90 minutes, and he set the game with a 90-minute timer. So if we start the game and he's not ready, he might lose a couple minutes. So. So weekly struggle, just wrapping up this week. Good video as always, highly recommend viewers go check that out. The production value for those is always super high. They had Ananda Gupta, who is one of the game designers for Twilight Struggle on, so really cool to get his perspective, his opinions, his view on Twilight Struggle and how it's developed today and how it was designed. Cool, a lot of good stuff. But all right, let's do it. So, Martial Plan in our hand, and it's really the only headlineable card. Just go right for it. So, really nice to get Martial Plan in our hand at the start. Okay, Socialist Governments is a pretty good card. for him to be having.
Our efforts are made in the belief that men
The question now is he going to coup Italy? Because even if he does coup Italy, with us having Marshall Plan and going into all of the two-stab countries, it's very difficult for him to achieve domination. In fact, it's extremely ops inefficient for him to try and fight for domination. So I'm interested to see what he does. Okay, so that seems he might have Europe scoring. Okay, wow. Didn't expect that. So, we have Decal and Vietnam Revolt, so the only Axis card that can get him into Thailand is D-Stal. The fact that he went out of West Germany and France indicates to me he might have Europe scoring. So, do we want to fill it back up? Is the biggest question we have now. Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm thinking hard about nuclear test ban into West Germany, France, and Lebanon, and kind of not going into Thailand yet. We'll have chances to do that later, but I also don't like kind of depleting the ops value of my hand so quickly, because that is our only other 4 ops card. The combo of Purge and Blockade isn't a threat anymore, because we just saw Purge. I feel like if he had Europe scoring, he would have played it. Because I feel like good players will try and get the scorings out as easy as they can. So if he had the Europe scoring card, I feel like he would have dumped it. And there's also a strategy where if you're holding socialist governments and Europe scoring, you put 3 into Yugoslavia and then go 3, 3, 3, and then use socialist governments to take USA out of France and West Germany, and score an immediate domination. Yeah, I just don't know. It's really dicey, because I don't think, based off of the action as we've seen it thus far, I don't think that he has, Europe scoring. Because if I was him, I'd probably be going for that combo play. Because I feel like it is pretty mainstream. And the thing is, too, I mean, De Gaulle we can't repair, actually, if it's at 2. Yeah, we can't fully repair De Gaulle. I'm kind of okay with leaving Europe open for now, I guess. Maybe Asia and the Middle East are a little more valuable. Let me just check it's a 90-minute game. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I don't like him getting into West Germany. I know that for a fact. But I also really, against these good players, I really don't like depleting the ops value of my hand so quickly. And I really want the Thailand access. I mean, if he coups Thailand, we've got a really dicey situation because the rest of our hand is not looking so hot. Okay, and the stream just started, so it is live, which is awesome. This is really dicey. I'm not feeling confident about this position at all. I guess this is why I like the 90-minute games, is you have some time to really think about what you're gonna do. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So do we even go into West Germany? I mean, it threatens a jam. We've already seen one 4-ups card, and we have a 4-ups card ourselves. So the only cards you could jam with are NATO, US, Japan that are left in the deck. It's tough. It is really tough. I'm going to bank on the thought that he does not have Europe. I'm going to work on filling up. I don't know, I mean, the access into France is just so important. I could also space, but I feel like spacing is just kind of suicidal. Because we have so much we need to do. We need to get out of Israel for a fact. That's, no matter what, we have to do that. And we can't fill up Europe and get Lebanon and get adjacency to Thailand. Really dicey. We're only left with Comic-Con, Olympic Games, CIA created as our usable cards for the next 3 action rounds. I hate that so much. Alright, I'm gonna do that, and the thought is I'm trying to dissuade. I'm trying hard to dissuade the jam into West Germany by putting an additional influence point there. But he might jam it anyway. But he'll only do that, of course, if he doesn't hold Truman. We want to get into space first. I would prefer to get De Gaulle out sooner rather than later, because there is a risk if he does hold Truman, he can use Truman on France.
Lo que puedo responder es que, por lo menos en las condiciones de nuestro país, no había otro camino.
Okay, so he immediately goes for Asia, which is respectable. That takes a little bit of pressure off of us now. I want to get into space first. So that is what we will do. We know for a fact he doesn't have Europe, so you don't have to sweat Europe as hard. We succeed! Alright, that is awesome. That's not a terrible start so far. Yeah, Romanian. Okay, easy decision here. We have to defend Europe. And we'll keep our 4-op in reserve. Interesting from the event, Romanian. That's actually a really interesting play from the event, Romanian there. He's maybe thinking I have multiple scoring cards. So it's possible that he thinks, by the fact that I spaced decal so early, normally decal is a card you want to hold if possible. And it's possible he doesn't have any scoring cards too, that I might hold a hand that has a ton of red cards and a ton of scoring cards, in which case I would be in a lot of trouble and not able to get the Europe, protect against Europe domination. But ambient volume. I'm not sure what the issue is with ambient volume. Alright, well, I'll find out in 10 minutes when the viewers are watching. I'm not sure what the issue is with ambient volume. I don't have anything else in my background. Alright, so we did have D-style. Oh, so he did the Romanian play for D-style points. That actually makes a lot of sense. Alright, we have 3 action rounds left to play with. We can either jam Thailand now, it's nuclear test ban. It's very ops inefficient. And as USA, you need to be efficient with your ops if you want to have a shot. But it also makes Vietnam Revolts playable if we want to play it. He's cooing with Indo-Pak War. Oh boy, okay. That stinks. Jeez. That's the tough thing about playing good players. They always seem to roll really high. So we need to roll 6 to get him out of Panama. And we need to roll 6 to get him out of Saudi Arabia, South Africa. I'm going to say Saudi Arabia there. Or Chile. Same story. Algeria, it's only a 150% chance to get him out, but we're giving him the access back with De Gaulle. So I feel like Algeria kind of has to be out of the equation. I feel like Kuang Visaya has to be the play here. South Africa, I think, is bad because Decal is in the deck still. Same thing for Algeria. Panama seems like it's not only worth 1 battleground. Chile's worth 2 battlegrounds. So we'll go for Chile. Low % chance of succeeding, but if we did roll 6, we clear him out of 2 battlegrounds, whereas you only clear him out of 1 battleground up there. So that was my logic. My 5-year plan, what's he gonna ditch? Hopefully not Europe. That's really interesting. He didn't go for the Europe domination play. Maybe he hasn't heard of it? That levels the domination. Yeah, I think it's just possible he's never heard of or seen the Europe AR1 domination play, but I would absolutely do that if I was him. Of taking out of West Germany, France, and then putting influence in Yugoslavia and then scoring the AR1 domination. It's a pretty unusual play. It happens pretty rarely, but I actually really like it. So blockade royally sucks here, because we have a very low ops hand. The question now is duck and cover or to not duck and cover. And does blockade become our hold card into turn 3? I feel like it kind of has to, because this hand is so limited on ops. I feel like defectors is kind of mandatory because Suez Crisis is absolutely suicidal for us here. But we can space Korean War, capture Nazi scientists, so we're guaranteed to get the double space if we want it, which is one of the advantages of getting that space 1 in turn 1. We're guaranteed the double space if we need it, but I don't think we're gonna need it. Oh, sorry about that. I touched my Windows key by accident. Middle East scoring, so that saved us 3 VPs. I like it. I'll take it. Oh boy. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Wow. That sucks. So we can get into Egypt and Libya before him with Nasser. We can space Korean War and go into South Korea before him. There's a lot of options for us. We can get Algeria before him. If we get Algeria, he's likely to go into South Korea. Really tough decisions. It'd be nice if he didn't roll all 6s, but, you know, that's part of the challenge of playing a good player, is, they always seem to have it. I do kind of like the play of going into Burma, because we saw Indo-Pak War turn 1. That forced him to respond. Well, do we have a 2-op we can burn? We do not, unfortunately. And I don't think spacing is a possibility for us. We have to burn one of our 3-ops now. Oh, okay, that's another consideration, is action round timing. We only have 2 usable 3-ops. So I don't think we can get Algeria, actually. Because we want to get into Egypt and Libya before Nasser. That's a must. That's a must, and that's a must. If I had a usable 2-op, that would be great. Do I just want to give up Korean War and risk the event? I mean, we're playing a good player, and he's rolling well. I feel like we need some run good. We need some good luck to get us back in the game. And we can risk eventing Korean War now. The play of going to Egypt and Burma will exist next AR anyway, so I'm just going to give up Korean War. And it succeeds.
Is the challenge of human relations and not of impersonal natural forces.
Yeah, I mean, my thought process there is when you're playing a player who's better than you, I feel like you kind of need some luck to go your way. So if you play in a way that maximizes the luck element of the game, it makes it so that you have more chances to get the advantage, and getting Korean War out and getting South Korea is a pretty nice advantage. Because we needed a 2-op there anyway, and we're looking bad on action round timings. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we just can't help the fact that sometimes it goes against you. He's forced to fill up India now. And that'll allow us to fill up either space or to fill up Libya. Interesting. We are so limited on usable cards here. Alright, that should make Asia pretty level. You know, I hate playing in the non-battlegrounds, but I feel like it's kind of mandatory here. We got to Libya first, at least. We're left with only 1-ops and Vietnam revolts in our hand. Not an enviable position. Although we can space Vietnam revolts if we need to, and use captured Nazi scientists for ops, which is very ugly, but might be unavoidable. Alright, I like the overprotection of France. I'm gonna space. We do not succeed. So not a lot going for me this game. I don't know if I can really fight it any longer. He's got the country count, so... I'm just gonna event CNS. Although the fact that he went into Malaysia kind of seems that he might have the country count, or he might have the scoring card. See, I suspected he didn't. We have to give him Nasser here. So we'll put 2 in Libya and just pray that it's enough, but this is not looking to be a great game for us. We get redrawn CIA, which is annoying, but the rest of our hand is actually amazing. So let's take a look at the card list and see what he got. Asia scoring. So that is going to be uncontested, because we didn't... That's the other benefit. If we go into Vietnam, the scoring is uncontested. The scoring is contested, so we can't just headline it. But he did get decal too. So decal is one of his cards. Suez Crisis is another one of his cards, so Europe scoring can't be headlined, even though he doesn't know we have Europe scoring. Truman Doctrine. US-Japan. So we'll headline Containment. US-Japan coming out after Asia massively sucks. That's basically a free 4-op to him. So he's up to 10. Although Europe gives me a little bit of life if he does play Middle East. He coups with Suez. I wonder what he's going to coup. Oh, Libya. That's obvious. So we'll get out of Israel. Algeria was a must. Fortunately, doesn't seem like there's much of a game so far. We've just had some pretty unfortunate run out so far. I will dump Europe. That'll put us a little bit back into it. Spacing defectors, that's a pretty common play. Alright, so the space race track is going well for us, and the VP track actually isn't that unbalanced. We're looking terrible in most of the regions. Not gonna lie, some of these regions are looking really bad. Especially getting cooed out of South Africa, and the decal is coming. That's something to keep in mind. CIA created being in our hand is going to make it hard to DEFCON him. I'm going to space again. So we're moving fast in the space race track at least. We have a lot of ops in our hand to play with. Oh, UN intervention, how could I forget? I would probably save it and just give up US-Japan if I was him, but he is a much better player than me, so I don't have the authority to really speak to that one. Have to take Israel so that we don't get controlled in the Middle East. I'm expecting the decal play to come any moment now. The VP track isn't terrible, and you know, there are a lot of cards, like if we had a fantastic card draw like Voice of America, Grain Sales, and so on, we do have chances, but he's definitely getting the domination in 4 of the 4 regions to be scored. So, out of the 4 regions, to rephrase, out of the 4 regions yet to be scored, he has a great position in 4 of them. So, yeah, that's the situation for us. We get Lone Gunman, but we also get Ask Not. And we have Salt. So Ask Not is obviously getting rid of Lone Gunman. But the rest of our hand isn't that terrible. I'm probably just going to headline Ask Not. ABM Treaty, okay. Not thrilled about giving that up, but it is what it is. Wonder what he's going to target. Possibly Thailand, if he has a Southeast Asia scoring card. And we could try realigning Cuba and getting the Central America domination. Oh, so Pedro is saying in chat that he does do the SOCGov domination setup in ITSL. So Felix definitely knows the play. I'm just really curious. I'm going to have to ask him after the game why he didn't try that play at the start. So I'm very interested to know. That SOCGov instant domination is a really strong play. I agree, Pedro, that it does make... oh, uses ABM for access. That's interesting. Is there anything else in my hand I want to get rid of? I mean, all these cards are pretty strong. And I'm definitely happy to pick up CRG as a replacement to Lone Gunman. And Shuttle Diplomacy as a replacement to the other bad card that was ditched, Liberation. Yeah, so we gotta get into South America. The coup is the way to do it. We're going in. That's not what I was hoping. Although if he has a bad card to coup with and he fails, it could get interesting. Because we do have a 4-opper in NATO. We don't have any access cards, which kind of sucks. He only has a 2-op. Alright, please fail. Please fail. Oh, he rolls a 5. That sucks.
I believe that this nation should commit
to
achieving the goal before this decade is out.
Game just isn't going to be ours.
On the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
He is indicating to me that he has a weak hand. So I'm going to save their CRG play for later and then try and play for Central American realigns. But we only have high ops cards, so it is kind of gross to give up a high ops card doing that. Feels so gross queuing with a 3-op and a 1-stab non-battleground. I'm just gonna flip Nigeria. I'm just going to take a guaranteed battleground. Guaranteed battleground's pretty valuable. I know South America's bad. Nothing I can do about it. Unless I pick up salt negotiations, but just not much I can do about it at this point. That's going to be a monster. That's worth 6. Alright, I'm going to invent Indo-Pac War now and hope for a miracle. That's the opposite of what I was hoping for. Africa scoring. Yeah, not really much to go off of here. I'm just going to coup Nigeria. Nicaragua. I do roll a 6. Hoping for one of those to come out. Any of these scoring cards wins him the game, though. Yeah, so I am totally giving away that I only have high ops cards. I guess I might as well do that. Does this win him the game? Oh, it does. Well, if he's got it, he's got it. This one was a total runaway anyway. Alright, he does not have it. That gives us 2 victory points. Won't take back ABM Treaty. No other 4-ops cards, so... Well, are we headline peaking? We are headline peaking. So he cannot... I mean, the DEFCON is at 5, which is interesting. I can grain sales him. There is no suicide cards because CIA is out. So I can't force suicide him, unfortunately.
En las condiciones de la inmensa mayoría de los países de América Latina, no hay otro camino.
Since he knows I have ABM.
Y esa parece ser
I mean, either South America or Middle East wins him the game. And I didn't get any scoring cards. Decal. We knew he had that for a while anyway. Just gonna try and hopefully get something that can help me in South America. That does not help me in South America. I'm gonna hope to keep his hand overloaded. Another 3. I would like to roll higher than that. Alright, he's got Southeast Asia scoring. How much is that worth? 2 victory points. I mean, DEFCON is at... I don't want to give up Panama Canal, though. We roll a 1. That's been the way this game's gone. He's got South America scoring. Give it. Or he's going to realign me out of Thailand. I wanted to see the realign out of Thailand play. Well, he doesn't have South America scoring or the Middle East, because I would have won him the game. We have to drop DEFCON, or else we are just straight up getting realigned out of Thailand. Reroll a 2. Yeah. Well, that's all she wrote, I guess. At least the TS gods are making it quick. Alright. That's the game. Thanks for watching, guys. Felt like there wasn't much I could do there. He just basically all rolled 6s and we rolled pretty poorly. Yeah, I mean, he did get his D cards. And the 5-year plan of Europe is pretty annoying. Pretty straightforward game. Let me know if you guys think I made any mistakes. Catch you on the next one. And I'll keep the stream going. So I don't cut off the game for those watching, but we did not make it out of turn 5. So this is the end of the video. You can click off. Like I said, it'll go for a little bit longer because the stream has a 10-minute delay, but that's the end of the video. So thanks, guys. Catch you in the next one.